So I'm Scott Ryan. I'm the marketing manager here at Habilitat, and I actually oversee the department that Wendell works in. And he was the one that initially made contact with you to see that if Hilti would be interested in donating the tools.
Yeah, my name is Wendell Tangaro, and I work in the acquisition department here at Habilitat. And yeah, I came across Hilti, in which I contacted Brad. Actually, that's your boss. Um, yeah, and then Brad said he would help us out, and I guess he emailed you, and that's when you contacted me. Yeah.
That's correct. That's correct. So my name is Arndt Andresen. I'm the regional manager for Hilti, and I'm covering the Hawaii and the Pacific, so it's including Guam. I have the pleasure to be 20 years with the organization of Hilti, and I'm glad to be here today.
Our vocational training programs are kind of the crux of our program because not only does it give the residents that are in Habilitat a marketable trade after they graduate to go out and have and lead successful lives, but it also creates the revenue for Habilitat to be able to continue helping people, because all of the money that is generated from those different entities is actually used 100% right back into the program to help keep the organization running, to bring new people in, and it's an enormous help to have an organization like Hilti be so generous to donate those tools.
Pleasure on my side. It fits very well with our team approach because Hilti we want to build a better future and we want to build a safer future. So that fits directly together with our theme going forward for the Hawaii market and as well for Guam. No question about that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Wendell is, in charge of actually acquiring tools for the facility, and I mean it's a wide range of tools that we need and use. We do, the construction, we do a lot of tile work, we even do plumbing and things like that.
Yeah.
And I know when he had gone to speak to one of the individuals that actually run that department and said, hey, what kind of tools would you like? He was like, I want Hilti tools. And Wendell was like, oh, I gotta see if I can go and get them.
Yeah,
And
he did. He definitely did.
Yeah, for me it was like I use Hilti tools and all. So before I came to the program, and I'm an electrician. I've been an electrician for a while. So, and my boss for my company always used Hilti. So that's when I started using it, and I was like, oh, Hilti's one of the top companies out there with the tools, And so I didn't take. I know. At one time, I called and nobody responded, but I gave them some time, and then Brad called me back, and that's when it was like everything changed. It happened really fast, and then I got in touch with you, and you was really, you're a nice person. It was really cool. We came out here and we did a tour of the facility.
Yes, you showed me everything.
Yeah, and yeah, from that day on, we've been in contact a lot. I guess.
Yeah. I left you the full line actual catalog from 2012, so feel free to go through there. Is there anything else what you need or you maybe want to purchase for the future to get this tool to work? Yeah, and absolutely. As I said before, Hilti wants to be helpful and supportive to the humanity, to the public, and we did as well. I mentioned it before to you. We also built a house together with a team a year or 2 years ago for another organization, and we left all the tools there as well for future use.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely, I agree 100% on that we should do this and continue with that.
Yeah.
It's interesting from my perspective to hear when Wendell had finally made contact with you. What was it about Habilitat or about what Wendell had told you that kind of, made you say this is an organization worthy to donate to?
Yeah, the interesting thing is, of course, when I had the first contact and the letter, what I got then per email from Brad, I actually had no idea what it actually is. I'm honest with you. So I actually did mix you up with the other organization where we did 3 years. But then we talked on the phone. He invited me to come out here, and he gave me a whole tour to the whole facility, explained everything, what you do, why you're doing that, what you're doing with the money, what you're doing with the tools, and he showed me what you have so far. What you kind of needed, what would be very helpful right now with upcoming projects. And then he really convinced me, yes, I should definitely support that.
We actually currently have a job right now where one of our teams is out and they're adding an addition to the house, and they're doing that all with the Hilti tools that was donated by you guys.
Would love to see you now in action.
Yeah. How long have you been working with the company?
As I said in the beginning, I'm lucky. I'm 20 years with the organization of Hilti. I had the pleasure to start over in the mothership in Europe in research and development. I did this the first 7 years, and then in 2001 I came over to the great United States of America. I had the pleasure to work for 6 years in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Both of my kids actually born there. Actually, in Tulsa, Oklahoma is the headquarters for Hilti North America, including Canada. And then in 2006 I moved to Florida for the first time when I actually worked in the field with the customers, not out of the corporate. And in 2009 I got the great offer to move to the beautiful islands of Hawaii and cover the state of Hawaii and as well Guam.
Nice. So you're gonna be staying out in Hawaii now?
As long as I can.
So we definitely look forward to having future contact with Hilti, and we'll absolutely keep you guys informed of the projects and things that we're doing, because like I said, it was such a great help. I mean, Habilitat is, in my opinion, a powerhouse organization, but we can't exist without the generosity of corporations like Hilti. It's all of the people out there that give a little that makes Habilitat what it is. And it's the generosity, it's the compassion that individuals and corporations have that allow us to do what it is that we do. And,
Yes.
We're one of the leading treatment centers that are in the nation right now. And we're able to continue saving lives, helping people, all because of organizations like Hilti. And, we can't say thank you enough.
You're welcome.
So now that you've had the opportunity to speak to some of our representatives and actually come down firsthand and meet eye to eye, see the organization, tour our facility, what is your overall impression, of Habilitat now?
No, I was quite impressed, and the most impressive part of the organization is actually how versatile you are. It's not strictly about construction. He always also showed me the kitchen, for example, what was quite interesting. You do this side and the wood part and the other special things where you do kind of jewelry, this wood jewelry. And thank you very much for that. My wife liked it a lot. So it's about you every different trade very, very detailed, and so I think that's very important because everybody has a different direction where they want to go for the future, that you can actually grasp a way bigger pool of people to get on the right way.
Definitely. We try and fit every individual into one of our vocational training programs. And, as I'm sure you've seen as you toured the facility, everything from, health, physical fitness, we focus on all facets of life. And being as how everybody's different, we can't just make that cookie cutter type example of where everybody does this. For example, I'm not the best with tools, so I know to kind of keep myself away from the tools. And Habilitat, gave me the opportunity to shine somewhere else and grow and basically let me figure out my own potential. And that's part of what the beginning phases of the program are, is you're learning about yourself, but at the same time, the people that make the decisions in the organization are learning about you and seeing what direction they might want to guide you in.
Yep.
So, it's helped me and a great many other people.
A pleasure for me. One interesting thing what I'm also doing besides managing our region here, including the Hilti centers, I'm also the field engineer, and I'm as well the fire protection specialist. The one thing what becomes very unique with Hilti, it's not about just the tools, just the equipment itself. It's about technical support. Because everything what is built, there are plans behind, there are architects behind, there are structural engineers behind, where we have to meet certain criteria. Comes simply down to the building codes. So we do this as well. Hilti, one main thing is our services to our customers. And the whole topic, and I will explain to you, is actually measure, open, fasten, and close. Sounds a little bit weird right now. What we mean by measure is before you do anything, put something on a wall, put something on the floor, fasten something overhead, is you have to measure first. So Hilti has a great line of tools who measure. Positioning system, robotic total station to line out a whole job site, concrete scanners to look into concrete to read the rebar, GPR technology. It comes up to simple distance measure with infrared laser. The next thing after you measured everything out, laid everything out, is you have to open. You have to create a hole. You have to drill a hole to put the anchor in there. You have to core a hole. That comes to the coring rigs, for example. We have concrete saws we have even wire saws to cut down to the H3 bridge in less than a day. So we call that open. So we have the measure part and the open it. The next one is fasten. So if you drill a hole and you put an anchor and you want to fasten something, so this comes into the anchoring. Or we talk about epoxy and to gluing rebar to structurally connect to fast curve. Undercut anchor, all the DX technology where you actually drive with powder activated tools a structural pin into concrete or steel, or fasten, instead of welding a metal deck down, you can actually drive a pin to the metal deck into the structural steel and connect the deck, and you get the diaphragm shear and the uplift, the wind uplift out of that. Then we talk about the fasten part. And last but not least, close. What do we mean by close? For example, a fire stop. In the building code is there, if you have an occupied building, you have to install fire stop to keep the fire in the room of origin. We have a complete line for that as well. Or simply like normal construction films, right? For insulation. That's what we mean by measure, open, fasten, close.